I want to start, though. I want to be very fair and I want to be very honest. As hard as it is because my team lost the Super Bowl again. 3 losses now since 2012. Not easy. And the Chiefs' greatness is really on full display yesterday in this one. Goes to overtime, a little bit of a low-scoring affair. And the Chiefs win. And I don't know how many people are aware of this. Maybe a lot of you are because, well, I mean, look, football is kind of our religion in the country. I'm sure we'll get the numbers and it'll say 125 million people watch this game now with the
it should be the most all-time.
Easily.
I don't know ratings-wise, but in terms of number of viewers.
Yeah.
It has to be.
When you add the
Taylor Swift
yes.
and an overtime game and the 49ers, come on.
Yeah, you got 2 blue bloods here. You got the Swiftie thing, the greatness, the are they going to finally break through thing. It was a great storyline Super Bowl, even though a lot of people hated the matchup because we wanted Lions-Ravens. It still ended up being a great game. It goes down to overtime. And I don't know if people are aware of this. I was aware of it, and I think I forgot to mention it on Friday's show. But I wanted to make sure to bring back Monday in case they won, and they did. Did you know, Swigard, that's the hardest Super Bowl title ever won by a team in NFL history? Did you know that?
In terms of the route they had to take, they beat 2 number 1 seeds. Both number one seeds. That hasn't
Buffalo at Buffalo.
And they went on the road twice.
According to DVOA, which... You know, I know there's so many analytics out there and some of you roll your eyes at it, and that's fine. DVOA is a heavily used metric created by Aaron Schatz years ago on Football Outsiders. According to DVOA, the Chiefs had to take down the hardest DVOA teams ever in a journey to the Super Bowl. Also, on the opposite side of that, San Francisco, by losing, San Francisco has 2 in the 2 Shanahan losses, 2 of the top 3 best teams to not win the Super Bowl in measured DVOA. Can you guess the number 1 team?
Ooh, the number 1 team.
The best team to ever not win a Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Once you get it, it's going to be like, oh, yeah, of course.
Trying to remember what was so Buffalo has 2 of them?
No, San Francisco does.
Oh, it's got to be one of the Buffalo teams.
No, it's the Patriots 07 team.
Oh, that the Giants
beat,
that's right.
The undefeated Patriots. It's the greatest team to never win the Super Bowl. Last night's Niner team is second.
Wow.
And 2019's Niner team was 3rd. Those are the 3 best teams to not win the Super Bowl, and 2 of those taken out by Patrick Mahomes, which I'm not doing GOAT stuff today. I don't want to entertain that. I think that stuff needs to let it play out.
But I don't even think we'd ever have a conversation about another team like the Patriots, another quarterback like Brady. Mahomes does it in a completely different manner, but he's got 3 in 5 years and he's 28 years old.
3 and 6. This was 6.
Oh, that's right.
This was year 6. But what's funny is you go through it in year 1, D Ford doesn't line up off sides. They beat the Patriots, so there maybe is another one. And then the Tampa Super Bowl, his offensive line's banged to hell. He has no time to pass. There's an injury luck against him. There's another one. This dude might have 5 if just a couple little things go his way, which is insane and speaks to the greatness. But that's kind of the point. Is last night it's a slugfest. It's lower scoring. It's a little ugly. It's nerves and turnovers and punting mistake, and it goes to overtime, and that guy and that team wins it, and they have the single hardest journey to win a Super Bowl in football history. It's not that it elevates the resume. It's another thing to add to the resume. If he put this season, he would say at one point lost 5 of 6 games, got drubbed at home on Christmas Day by Raiders, and then nobody thought we could do it.
They lost the opener to the Lions at home.
Yeah, this team, look at all the metrics. Their offense is down. And they win the Super Bowl. It's insane. And look, the Niner fans today are certainly sad. I'm one of them. But they're not the only fan base, Swag. I said this to you. You came in finally. You had the stones, and I commend you for this because I didn't talk to you when I got in. I came in here. I just sat down. I'm sorting stuff out. I'm like, he's probably not going to talk to me till the show starts. And you came in and you asked. And I'm not just sad my team lost. I'm sad because, how does the NFL You're a Charger fan.
Yes.
We got other Charger fans out there. We got Raider fans out there, Steelers fans, Packers fans.
Yeah.
How do you not watch this in their, quote, down year and go, awesome? Their defense was all draft picks. 7 of their 11 were drafted within the last couple seasons. That's how special their defensive draft picks have been. Then they still have Kelsey, who, by the way, says he's coming back because he wants to three-peat. Mahomes absolutely wins the Super Bowl and immediately goes, this ain't it for us, man. I'm just like, you just won, and that's your first thing to say. Reed's coming back. They're running it back.
Oh, yeah.
They're probably going to add some playmakers in the draft.
We got Mr. State Farm, if you want to hear that.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. This is the start of one. We got Coach Reed, we got Trav, we got a great defense, we got a lot of young players, and everybody says 3 is a dynasty. We got 3, and we're not going to stop there. We're going to keep rolling.
Yeah, and by the way, one of the greatest defensive minds to ever exist, Spags, has now 4 Super Bowl titles as a coordinator, the most by any coordinator in football history. Like, he stopped the 2007 Brady Patriots, he stopped the 2011-2012 Patriots, he stopped the 2019 Niners, and he slowed it down. I wrote this down because I thought Spags he was so awesome. Their points per game against their opponents, they faced the number 2 ranked offense, the number 3 ranked offense, the number 4 ranked offense, the number 6 ranked offense. That was their matchups in the playoffs. Combined, those teams averaged 28 points per game. Chiefs and Spagnola, they gave up just 15.8. They dropped it 12.5 points from their per game average. So they have one of the greatest D coordinators, one of the greatest head coaches and offensive minds, one of the greatest quarterbacks, one of the greatest tight ends,
One of the greatest defensive linemen.
one of the greatest defensive tackles, and then they drafted a bunch of studs around them in the last couple of years at linebacker and in the secondary, and in their down year for offensive line, I don't believe they were called for a holding penalty. I'll have to go back and
I don't
check
think
that.
so.
There were a couple plays there.
And they were missing maybe their best offensive lineman.
They were missing their guard in Tooney. Creed Humphrey was snapping every ball. The most underrated thing Mahomes did all game was catch the snap because it seemed like it was at his ankle every other play. And they won. So yesterday's not just a sad day for Niner fan. I don't know how you're a fan of any other team and you're going, cool.
That's the standard.
They won with the cap hit. Everybody's always, you can't pay a quarterback. Now, I know he's different, but that narrative's dead. It's just like that dumb narrative. You can't win with a top 10 receiver.
The most applicable comparison you can make between Mahomes and Brady is the way he structured his contract, how long it is, what he's getting guaranteed, but it allows them to consistently restructure it when they need to create some salary cap space.
Absolutely.
And he's agreeable to it because he understands, okay, I'm getting paid, but I got 87 endorsement deals raking in millions. So if I defer it or restructure it, so we can stay competitive, let's do it.
You're a Charger fan. This is a team now that's in your division, and I know you have Harbaugh, and you got
Harbaugh. I think more focused right now on, okay, can Harbaugh just come in and start to establish and not do the stupid, dumb things that we saw Staley and have no sense of?
Every coach in the Charger history, basally. Yeah.
Well, except for Schottenheimer. Schottenheimer just couldn't get it done in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Regular
he was
season,
good.
They were outstanding, but Schottenheimer couldn't. 14-2, and then
I will not stand for the Kyle Shanahan as Marty Schottenheimer slander today. Like, of all the things you want to criticize, I will not stand for that. Like, this dude's at least getting to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Schottenheimer would. Yeah, it would be in the divisional round
every time, no matter what. I'm not even asking for your team building thoughts. How are you a fan of a non-Chief team, and your takeaway today isn't like, holy hell, we need something injury-wise to happen to this team for this to be different?
Well, I think because the Chargers need to get themselves to be in position to take that on. They're not yet. So let's see if
Do you feel confident that you will be? That you'll outdo this franchise?
I feel confident that Harbaugh is the kind of coach that can develop team consistency to the level that when they get to that point, they'll be ready to compete with them.
I hope that you're right. I also watched that same coach years ago in a Super Bowl at the 10 refused to run the football one time with the number 1 rushing offense in football and instead decide to throw fade routes to Michael Crabtree 10 yards out into the end zone. Like 3 straight plays.
Well, let's get there first.
Yeah, I no, but you're not playing the game. My game is there a single fan base that feels great today?
No.
This was their down year, and they just won the toughest Super Bowl ever. That's the point.
Only myopic ones. Only Cowboy fan bases. And
okay, I'm a Niner fan. I think they'll be really good next year. If they face off to the Chiefs again next year, you know what I won't be? Nervously confident. I'll just be nervously nervous.
Yep.
That's what I'll be. Sad and nervous. That will be my emotions going into the game. It's a wild feeling, but having somebody this great with a franchise that's doing seemingly the right things around him, it's terrifying for the rest of the National Football League. And so it's just not Niner fan yesterday. It was because they lost. Every other fan base should be going, damn it. He's 28. His coach is coming back. His tight end's coming back. His offensive line will probably be better. He'll probably get a skill guy in the draft that's going to be amazing as a rookie. Oh, yeah, Rashee Rice is going to have experience. They've got Watson behind Kelsey. Noah Gray behind Kelsey. Oh, yeah, their defense was stout, and they're all pretty young. They'll figure out the Chris Jones thing, I'm sure. But their secondary and their linebackers are great. Like, it's just hard to wake up today and not see a rainbow if you're another team.
They've been able to handle they've been able to handle success.
Yeah.
They're not complacent. They do it differently than Belichick and the Patriots did it, and that just grinded on guys.
They let their personality show
but
while accomplishing.
Andy Reid finds the balance of, okay, be yourself, have some fun. I'm going to have some cheeseburgers. You guys do what you need to do. And when it's time to go again, we know what we need to do.
Yeah.
When it's time to buckle down and get this thing cranked up again.
If you feel confident at all about your team, if you're not a Chiefs fan, you let me know at the Vancouver Ford text line. I refuse to believe any of you are real. There's no chance. You look at this last night and you go, damn it, man. If something doesn't happen, this team might win every year or every other year. And you just hope that they have one of those Cincinnati Bengals second half games where somehow they don't score and they look broken for whatever reason and they don't get to the Super Bowl. Other than that, good luck to the rest of the NFL, because last night the Chiefs said we're here and we're going nowhere. We want more. And that is a terrifying feeling.